Welcome to Rom Wills, Money Matters. Avoid hanging around broke people. And I do mean that, and it's tough, because those broke people, you might be in your own family, you probably have some friends that, and it's really tough if you're hanging around a spouse or a spouse that has a broke mentality, doesn't have a wealth consciousness or a money consciousness. It's really tough then. See, that's something. But if you're in a relationship with a broke person, you need to think about that. You need to think about that. Like I always talk about on my men's channel, about men getting sex for, without spending money or something. All right, that's cool, but one thing I noticed about some of those women who will do that, they don't hang around the dude for long. Most cases, they don't marry that dude. And I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. Now, yeah, I know. I like, dang, Ron, you telling guys they don't need money? Yeah, but even then, you still don't need to be broke. You don't need to be broke. Look, I'm going to tell you something now. People take on the consciousness of those that they are around. And I think it might have been Robert Kiyosaki, or please correct me if I'm wrong, who said, you take on the consciousness of the 5 people you hang around closest to, the money consciousness of that person. I don't know. I'm not sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong, or if it was him or somebody else said it. But it's a very powerful saying, because think about something. If you're around, okay, you listening to my channel, I'm telling you have a money consciousness. I'm mentioning throwing out different businesses. I'm telling you how to manage your money and stuff, right? All right, that's cool. You watch Uncle Ron. But what happens, the group you hang out with, they ain't thinking like Uncle Ron. They broke. They always complaining about money, but you out there with them spending what little bit of money you have. Or, your best buddies, or the people you dealing with, the mates you deal with, the male or female, whether you listening to this, whatever, whoever you deal with, they broke. You taking on their consciousness, because see, here's the thing, and this goes beyond money. Whatever consciousness is of the people that around you, that you talk to, that you open yourself up to, you're going to take that shit on. Whether you like it or not, you gonna take that shit on, because they ain't trying to do better. They ain't trying to do better. Shoot, they might talk trash about rich people or something. And see, subconsciously, you still want to fit in. See, subconsciously, people always want to fit in with the people around them. Subconsciously, whether it's family, whether it's friends, people at work, whatever. You want to be around those people. Subconsciously, you want to be around them. All right? That ain't going to work for you. You're going to have some problems. You're going to take on their consciousness. Now, one of the things I know, a science fiction writer, he had said, I don't know if he wants his name called here, so I ain't going to call it. But he had said he wants to, when he goes in a room, he don't want to be the smartest person. In fact, several people have said that they don't want, because they want to learn something. Like one of the things, like, let me throw it back around to the money consciousness thing I did earlier this week. I'm always got something in my hands, nervous thing. Anyway, one of the things that being around, like work on having a money consciousness, if you're around some people who thinking in terms of money, it's going to rub off on you. Like that's one of the things. If you want that money consciousness, you need to stop hanging around broke people, or avoid it to the greatest extent, or hang around people who making money themselves. When I'm looking at the people who I might talk to, people who can text me and everything, I was like, they're always thinking about how to bring in more money. They're business, they're entrepreneurs, or, yeah, mostly entrepreneurs. So they thinking about, okay, how can I make more money if I talk to them? It's very rare I have in my personal circle. I can't think of anybody with a broke mentality, either business-wise or making a lot of money in their jobs. Like they're making money. And I think about like when I'm thinking around the closest people, making money. But they have the mindset. I avoid hanging around broke people. See, the problem is, and it really is that consciousness. And you want to take it on because when we're around people, as I was saying earlier, when we're around people, we want to fit into them. You know, we want to be able to talk with them with whatever language. And when I say language, I don't mean like, you know, they speak in French or something. A language, and this is something I need to come on deep thought. A language is more about the communication. How you communicating with them, you know? If you talking about, okay, say you're around some broke people like, oh, I don't have money and all of that. All of them talking like that. And you might start off saying, well, you know, I'm trying to work on this business, make this money and everything. You're going to have trouble with them. Maybe not at first, but to communicate with them, you need to talk the same way, you know? Like I remember, like, and this don't have anything to do with money, but like women. I remember there was a guy, you know, speak with him. He would always put down women. And after a while, I was like, damn, that shit rubbing off on me. Because to communicate with them, that's how I had to communicate with them. I couldn't communicate success. And I was like, so I had to like pull back from that, you know? Like anything you want in life, you need to be around similar thinking people. I don't care what it is. So like if you're talking about making money, one of the first things you got to do is deal with that broke person. Now, if you're married to them, that's a real issue. And I'm not going to recommend divorce because that's a serious issue. But if you married to someone who got a broke mindset, well, first of all, y'all probably be on the process of being on the outs any damn way. Let's just be real with it. Y'all probably be in the process of being on the outs anyway. But I would seriously, if you married to someone with a broke consciousness, I would strongly suggest you get some type of counseling and really talk about that, because that person's mindset will have to change. Because say you in that relationship with someone with a broke consciousness, and I've talked about that here too. I've talked about that before. I remember I talked about that here. You know, you have a money consciousness, they have a broke consciousness. You trying to save money, you want to save money for different things. You want to manage that money, they just spending willy-nilly. You know, other than sex, that's a major reason people will divorce, you know? So that's in a separate thing. But if you're not married to a person, you know, like say you're in a relationship, they got a different consciousness, y'all probably need to break up, or unless that person want to work on their consciousness, y'all probably need to go. Or you got friends, you need to start shying away from them because you're going in a different direction. But here's the thing. You'll start drawing people to you who have a money consciousness, or you'll be drawn to them, or situations where the people have a money consciousness, all right? Because it really is all about that consciousness, you know? The people you're around, how they're thinking, you need to deal with that, all right? So anyway, that's all I have. Y'all really think about everything I said, and you know the deal. Let's go make that money.